population in Freetown, whatever we are saying, where are this population from? That we'll talk about, that we'll take a look at. Other than actually not the indigenous of Freetown, the Creoles. That was a part of the Locos or the Shabros. You understand?
So people born at the Eastern region pass.
I'm not going to be distracted. So what do they say here now? What is census they say? Census they say everybody go outside you come out, let them go count you. You don't understand. And if you get a large number of people who comply with what census say, me and my home they go count me. Not to hear them count me. I didn't say Freetown, but not to hear them count me because I comply with what census want. I mean what statistics Sierra Leone want. I had to travel to my home. I go Kenema. Now they didn't count me. You understand? If Dr. Richard Conte no able for go na Batcanu for let them go counter. Dr. Dennis Bright get reason for let's stay and let them counter because na home. So this number of population who they talk about.
So that's happened when made the figure then they show say Kenema gets people past feet. Some people and they go back na their homes.
When you check, listen, when you take a look at Kenema, look at the activities that are going on there. Take Kono for instance.
What they happen at Kenema? We know they happen at Freetown. If it's about the activities.
There are mining activities going on in Kenema. Kenema is a business environment. You understand?
Kenema is attractive past Freetown currently.
Most certainly. You understand? What will they talk here? What will they talk here? I'm not going to be distracted. What will they talk here? What are the activities taking place in Kenema? If mining activities they go on at Kenema, agricultural activities they go on at Kenema. Kenema is a business place. Go back to with all disrespect, Adikam, please, Adikam. With no disrespect for really being tribalistic here. That's not what I'm portraying, and I don't want to be misunderstood. Go to fishery in Kenema. Check whether they mostly define a fishery. Go to Nyandeyama. So if the population was supposed for them Makeni put local, they all like Kenema, or then they go, or then Kono. Why would you expect that you're going to meet that Adikam, please? Why would you expect that you're going to meet that same population in Makeni? That population wait for meet na put local. If they're all there in the slum areas, they are here in Freetown. Why would you expect you're going to meet Adikam, please? No. Why would you expect you're still going to meet that same population in Port Local, in Batkanu?
Lima, in short, you agree say the east and the south populated past western area, rural and urban?
Not to just me agree. There are institutions who don't prove that under the very APC rule. NCRA has proven that. The population count has proven that.
You agree.
But that's a waiting factual where institution, credible institutions don't prove. I just therefore agree with that. Okay. And if this most credible census they don't conduct them, they don't prove that right. Consistently with what NCRA don't do. Under Dr. Richard Conte and regime, that tells you that what this census then do is very correct, very accurate.
Continue for the with me.
The whole process be unconstitutional. They not follow all the due processes, and even where when you do a census, you're supposed for what you call a statutory instrument after the president declare. The minister for go there and a parliament and then for approval. Unfortunately, in this case, then starts the locality verification and the boundary the
census. But we'll find out see them really the force for them. So we don't look at the bigger picture, we don't see a part of a grand plan. So that's from the very beginning, we don't know see better will come out of this.
Well, me famboden, unakushe unakabo. Welcome to Current Affairs. Well, today, na another day, with una favorite program, with Madam Tenekpaka, the woman where they keep the record straight, the grassroots mama, and with DJ Force, the biggest DJ Force, the biggest PRO SFPP don't ever produce. Any other DJ or other one, like Kabo copy. Famboden, we go tell una sorry for the time we show and we late little bit because of technical issues. But however, without wasting time, I want to use the opportunity to introduce the biggest PRO later on Hadu before the grassroots mama can open the floor. PRO, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Dima, for bringing me into the studio today with you. TGM, Green Movement lovers, SLPP lovers, both internal and external, we welcome you under current affairs, and we greet you out there. Me already talk to now, me and DJ Force, the SLPP DJ, and I hope we miss each other for a very long time. But at least today we're there for jam body and educate with people for me they not depend on a lazy politicians in the Republic of Sierra Leone, both internal and external. Thank you, Dima.
Thank you very much, PRO. I'm glad the way you're on the program. We're fumble them without wasting time. The grassroots mama. The mama, welcome to the program.
Hi, everyone. I know say una be the yarn for Siwe. Because of different schedules them, we're not able to come out this past 2 weeks. But we apologize to viewers them and people them way eager for hearing from the Green Movement we still dey intact. But because of personal commitments them, tonight a lot of issues don't they come up. Where they can't keep the record straight and would they put some issues then to rest, especially the census. So una stay tuned and we viewers then una welcome to the program. This is not the current affairs tonight. Grassroots mama back to base.
Thank you very much, grassroots mama.
And thank you, Dima.
I'm glad the way the team they on ground. Without wasting time, this is now one of our favorite program. We hit the nail. You know, today we can lock the thing they call census saga with the locker. That part lock the Green Movement now we get her. Because we don't see various speakers, various platforms try to analyze the issues. But we get the padlock now. Now make we start the program. I believe from the beginning when I don't already see what they are for what they are today. You know, before this whole thing begin, it begins simple. I want to take you back to His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. What he been tell we? He talk to people then as a leader, a responsible leader, where he want everybody to partake. Let nobody not come tomorrow, you can't blame yourself. Now that for seeing where President Biobi don't see, it tell everybody to partake. But we see say because of lawlessness, because some people they not get the country at heart, because we get some people that are thief man them, are yampi them, and are disgrace to the society, then tell their supporters, then say, let them not partake by this particular census program. Then be they tell people then say they don't want let development go there. Because when census not go now your own place, now they neglect you people then for them not get development. That's not bad leadership. But however, we want beginner from the beginning. How a leader were genuine. They beg people then for them to go do this census here. Fambo then. When I listen to His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, then from there before we begin to Lima.
This is the people's census, and we would encourage everyone to be counted. Don't leave your household to go to us. We are coming to you. And as we are demonstrating here today, that's exactly what we will do.
As I've always said, it is us, the politicians, who are impeding the development of this country. This is a simple process. It has been done before, and you have upgraded your skills, and you want to do it again. And like you said, you substantiated with the support of others why you want to do the midterm census. So if no one is afraid of what they have done in the past, they should not be worried about what the outcome of this census is going to be. You've counted before. Let me count again. Why are you worried about what is going to be the result of my own counting when we have a professional body that has gone through all the stages and is prepared? We should give you the chance, and I want to appeal to Sierra Leoneans around the country. This is a very important process. I hear people talk a lot about data today when they are on the radio. Where does the data come from? For everything that we do. It is not just about elections. Statistics provides the primary data for all the calculations, for all our policy formulation, for everything that we do. This is the source. This is where you go. I want this data set. But if we don't have one, or we have one that is erroneous, then all our calculations are wrong from the start. So I want to encourage you and also Redinians that this is an important process. We should come out and be counted. And for me, it's a pride and a duty, and I'm ready to be counted.
We don't listen to a genuine leader, a genuine president, where they beg everybody for development, for let you count you. But because we have some bad leaders, them, so of course we'll have some people then where they not educate, they not believe in education, they not believe in development, they only believe in to IMP, to satisfy themselves. Thief where government come, the thief belebele money, the development where for go to go meet people in Nakpava, na Makeni, na Cambia, na Port Loco. And not they happy. They sit down on them. A genuine leader don't can say, let's do this. Then say, let us not do it. But before going further, Madam Tenetbaka, you don't listen to His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabiu. And you also don't listen to Lahel Lawrence Lima. We are in and they analyze, and they try to tell people then about these censors now where the result don't come out where they say they want boycott. They say they not agree panel, they not agree. Then they say Freetown populated more than the southeast. We are in Lahel Lawrence Lima, they try to articulate, tell them say the reason why we say southeast Eboku, and it don't show them. And it talks say this is not about tribalism, it's about the fact. Because when you talk, they say not tribalism, they say the fact that Kenema who say me come out, where you go on a fishery, who that they meet them? Not too many people that they meet them, foreigners there. That is the fact. We the southeasterner, we know they go on a northern. We the only go maybe NGO or other aspect them. But the northern or whatever, they all then at the south, they go kind of them pack there. Because we get them, we get mineral resources there, and then they do businesses there. Then that is not a fact. It's not about tribalist thing. It's the reality down there. You know. So, Madam Tenetbaka, before I go further, let me left on with you. Let you analyze the speech from Lahel Lawrence Lima and also President Bio, a genuine leader, where they beg people then for let them do them. Let them go count. Then we get people then will say no, they know they do them. So what thing are you on take, man?
When the census Siagabi started na Salon, they say let people they know the APC, the main opposition party say let them people they not register, they not agree to the census. But they fail for realize say during the time when they do the census, they don't get members of parliament where they represent the current ruling SLPP party. All the errors then where they make during that time, from the horse's mouth, they say their own census not credible. And government, they always do census in a country that for let them analyze the statistics for economic planning when it comes to health services, housing and other stuff then, so that they go able to know how many people then in the area. Initially, we don't tell them this. When they do census, not only because of elections, but they do it for fair distribution of resources, because they need for know who side the population high and waiting at the facilities and where they get for create. If the population don't high, like for example, now Waterloo, a government need for build hospital day for Waterloo, they don't need for travel from Freetown, Kana, Connaught. Waterloo need for get a bigger hospital. Now based on the population where they, now how they will build the hospital for them. We explain that to them. Say the census is not just about elections. And then CSF can say the census is not being credible. So during that time, they don't call people then for count them. For example, when census happened in Australia, Sydney they get the higher population than Canberra. Canberra when they na the administrative center na the federal capital of Australia, now they all the administrative offices then they, but Sydney get higher population because Sydney na business center. So most businesses then they focus on Sydney and Melbourne. So the population growth now is higher than the federal capital itself. So let's look at Freetown. The indigenous people of Freetown, where they be meet just after the slave trade, these na the Timni people them, Chief Nimbana, where they meet na Freetown. Before they give them the land for these free slaves then, when are the descendants they we can all call them the Creoles. And even now, if you find out say the population where they see na Freetown, not to all na Creole. People then they come up local every day come into Freetown. Then they whole day, some of them then they return back. So you know me say because of the amount of people the way they see na Freetown that for the day, now then are the rightful population. And they fail for realize say most of them people there, then they come on at the upper Koya and lower Koya when they come inside Freetown. And during the census, then party members they don't already brainwash them, say they're not registered for this census. And whereas people that want a law abiding people then because they know what's in this midterm housing and census here, what's it mean to them, then comply. The areas that will comply with the census now then get the highest number of the census. Don't forget about population. Now look at the compliances. Then get them then be get them MPs them, then get them party officials then get them party supporters then get them councillors when they chase people there out now then young places they say make them not register. So who side people then come out, the turnout be heavy at that place there. Now they get the highest registration because they abide with rules and regulations. Waiting will not they get na salon because will not they agree to genuine dialogue. When something they come, let us sit down, let talk, let think as Sierra Leoneans there, let sit down, let think and genuinely say waiting good for the best interest of the community and we country. Let see how we move forward. But everybody be day this way, down they this way, the argument they all over. When the census don't start, the people they don't agree for can register. The people that will follow the rules and regulations will do the registration. Now they get the highest registration because they abide to the census. They agree for let them count them because they know say not only for voting but they want let development come at the area. When government look at the numbers then say it high, they go know say there's a housing issue, there's a hospital issues, then get bad road network, then get other development issues then. So there must be an economic plan out of that analysis day where then they make out of that census day for let people then waiting safe. But the thing where they disappoint me now salon, the people then where the people then rely on, we forgive them clear information, then they call themselves an educated people them. Everything where then they do is about politics. Then they bring politics can inside, they make mistake, then later before then they catch up, say what you don't do, na error for we safe. Now after all done, they talk before we see the APC former Secretary General answer, and they can sit on a radio say, well let the people then go register. After what they don't love, when they don't left out areas them or they don't finish, they don't conclude the census now the areas then they ask the people then for go out. Then get people that will then self lawyer to them. Then we don't talk to them people then say let them not come out for registration. So the people they not be care. And then people then they the highest number then they inside Freetown and then slump them. Like Alima don't talk. Then they come and they then slump them. They call and say can't register. They're not return at them hometown there for go register, even Freetown they not agree for register day. So therefore the population of western area, the journey people then will agree for registered, now then they na that census list day. The one that will not agree for register them plenty. And now the supporters then because they bring them come inside for demonstration. Sometimes when they call them anti-corruption, then they come some of them, they know they will pay them way for return back. When the census come, then stock inside Freetown, then slump them. They don't even get time for go do registration. So then they see the population of Freetown, but then they check how many people actually go for the registration during the census time. How many people agree for registered? Now this they not get for. Now that they not want for understand, and now that they not want for agree to say that we don't send out messages to people them for saying they not register. And people they hold and then talk there. And when they deal with a community where get low level of education, where they get the highest number of illiteracy, and politics don't dirty them brain. Politics not to everybody they play politics. When you not reach that level for play politics, the politicians only use you when they need you. After that, they dump you. Now so it happen. So it's very sad because they come together and get that journey, dialogue, open discussion about situation in our community. Everything then na politics, everything na politics. It's really, really sad. Not long ago, we don't do census now, election don't happen now. We dey move around peaceful. But then everything, nobody know the time, nobody in Australia say, not register now because of election. Who say sit down, so when they find out say the population don't high, for say them for divide this area, yeah, for be a different seat. Then divide them from the old seat where be there. Now we don't get two federal member, one day na the other side, one day na the other side now. Yeah. Then draw boundaries because this area na be old place, but na recently development, na be farmland been dey development don't take place now. The population don't grow very fast. People then they move into this place. So they find out say the population don't high now. Yeah. Out of that census, where they don't do the census, now then they can be the biggest hospital now because of the population growth. Now some of them thing and the census dey for, but everything as alone they don't politicalize that. Everything, every single thing. Now that country, let me see. The Secretary General of APC, he talk say the northerners and the free quality education, let the young people they not take a very heart-rending for see people there where people then rely on a community, then they misinform them, they give them wrong information and wrong advice. But I tell God thank you. The intergenerational conflict will be they tell them Peter Conte don't prove me right. Let them continue to go. The young people get for kick them out. So I hold I force for that.
You know, Sierra Leoneans, if you just the journey, this is not current affairs. Now yeah, we can talk the burning issue. Now yeah, we hit the nail. Now yeah, the padlock. Now yeah, we the lock them. Oh, we lock it don't close. Now, account to the PRO. The PRO, you don't listen to the Madam Tenekbaka. And you also don't listen to President Bio's speech. And you don't also listen to Lahel Lawrence Lima, the point where they make. Well, before you enter, because I know say they can't close everything, I want to let you watch this video small on what Madam Tenekbaka talk. The misleading, whether they mislead them people them, how it happened. And from there, you hit the nail. When I listen, when I watch this video, we fumble them.
I'm Benjamin Roy. Let us go to I go inside. Mama, any side you allow, you take any information. You don't lose all the information carrying a district. You feel that any development you can come up with in a get. Yeah. Say na Mrs.
Councilor, what developments kaya?
I'm asking.
What's your name, sir?
Councilor Benjamin Roy. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Say na Mrs. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Gabi.
Alright.
Go not take nothing.
Alright.
Anything what help you, will help you. You go share. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So for access, may not talk to we. May not give you no information.
Yes. Go.
Councillor, I beg not do that.
Councilor.
I beg, sir.
How big Councilor?
The friend for yourself. Mama, go inside. Go inside. No answer.
Mama, I beg not go inside.
I know. Wait me.
Okay, go.
Wait,
Mama, go inside.
Wait, make I like you.
Mama, go inside.
Councillor, allow me, Mama, talk to we now. Mama wants to say something. Mama, if you agree or not, Mama, talk to we now.
I'll get you.
Well, PRO, you just don't listen. Now, this message where APC be sent to them people then. So across that they educate people then say, let them not count them. In fact, even the numerators, the way they go, they beat them. Yes, even the civil servant, the APC woman where Sidoyana, where they call Masala Samba, Etimapiana yesterday say, they no counter. These are people that when they're not listening to authorities. But however, before I go there, what in a year take PRO?
Well, where you deny your leader, like you don't deny God. But before they go further, I want to draw the attention of Sierra Leoneans there, both internal and external, for say, being too many three, APC they deny. They say they need a good day. Independence APC deny independent, but today they celebrate independent with alcohol. This man waiting up so where they talk. Una watch. Now alcohol they panaso. So moving forward, this government become with what they call planning and monitoring development. But in 2018, the government be they struggle a lot because the statistics will come it and not be the tally with the developmental agendas where the government gets. So it be they find out difficult. So that means we need for reclear ourselves, we need for rebrand ourselves. Now make the President Bio be able to stand up and tell the nation, say, let us relearn our census. But before they go relearn the census, all the by-elections before 2018, for it to 2019, the by-elections in the manner say now 4,000. Somebody they go with as councillor. We go now the south and the east, now 15,000 to 20,000. Now they make you be councillor. So that may look confusing. Now make President Bio bring account to the parliament host and Sierra Leone, they say, let us go back and recount ourselves. But the kind of woman they talk, you know, we get politicians that when they don't get interest in the in the country. Now politics they get interest in. So APC itself, where they say they are a political party. No, they are not political party. Because a political party, they for look into the affairs of the people. And what is the people they want, they give them and it provide for them. But in the final say, when they in leadership, now they no more they provide for themselves and the picking and the girlfriend them. They can't live on America, England, Germany. So APC is physically sick and mentally sick. Now they get a mind, they go around and tell the people and say, no, go register for census. But we tell Sierra Leoneans they were able to listen to the new direction and the SNPP and President Bill, His Excellency Dr. Julius Madabio, we listen to their leader, listen to their president, listen to their councillors, then where we go register. So that's why we be registered. Now then the winning team. Yeah? That's why we register in that country, they own assessors. Now then the winning team. You will not be registered. Anything will happen to you, you blame yourself. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, anything they do, now results. And we don't count the government where planning and monitoring. And we want to give out results to the people. But how this result get for count? We get to know how many people don't die. We get to know how many picking they don't born. We get to know the population in that particular area. What thing they need there? How many hospitals they need there? How many ambulances they need there? How many schools they need there? How many teachers they need at their locations they need? Then we get political criminals that we see inside the APC administration. We tell them, say, they're not for go register. So I want to draw the attention of Sierra Leone for saying, now tell the people, thank you, where we go register and we go verify themselves. One for tell people, thank you. Kailang, Kenema, Moyamba, Bon, Bo, Pujong. And even in the northern part of Sierra Leone, the one day we come away, go register willingly. Now, the results now they can't see it because at the end of the day, when the government can have power, you be the final say, according to the old census who come in, all the development president will be the target, the north. Because if he say that then are the populations, and then the population sit down. So now I make it final say, it take electricity, it take road construction, it take water supply, it take education. The heaviest part of a package in governance, now the northern part of Sierra Leone is concentrated. Until the census hold on do, you know, finally say inside the population sit down. Yeah? Inside the population sit down. That now the result hold on can get. In Freetown, people they enter every day they come on. You see somebody they come on a Kailan every day we come, they return back. Yeah, not to Poloko no more they enter inside Freetown. Not to McKinney no more they enter inside Freetown every day. Because now this now the philosophy where APC they get. The TC, when their people are spread on the street, where they talk Limba or talk Timini or talk Loco, no party no own their people here. Now they get Freetown. APC now they get Freetown. And APC they PC, then the national anthem in Sierra Leone. And you're not just a political party. People cannot even vote for una. Many people they be pulling on the power. But if you say APC now in a Freetown. And not to say it. So you when the president be talk, say, can't go let them go count you, they pay people and they pull people in at their houses, they go village to village, they go and count now, now they pull, now they drink alcohol, jamba, cocaine, now they go around the end, they stone there, say una no one development. Well, I don't feel no reason why una for be a political crybabies for the go and cry, say, you not be registered. So if you not be go register, who do you blame? You blame yourself. So engineer, I believe say the people will register, now the winning team, now they register. These are the winning team. These are the patriotic Sierra Leonean. These are the pure Sierra Leonean will register. So you will go sit on a radio station, you go talk, say that you don't be registered, then you don't belong in Sierra Leone. Because at the end of the day, census, you know, only day for election. Yeah, census day for development, like can't matter day. So the government can we, the government they try for target development. Now, President, if you look confused, all the 4 years where President Bio does spend in governor, una look who say he don't care development go. Because if you rely on that old census. But that old census now be the wrong result. And then say, before they come to this program today, there's a project where somebody be fly somebody be fly from America or England. He can't tell them say the tally not a match. Everything they be do in that 2015 census, it not be work.
Hollande, organize the PRO. Before you continue, let me show them how it started. Hollande, then you continue.
The question was asking what brought about the census. I think that is where the presenter started. There are several reasons as to why we conducted the census, but one of the reasons, the technical reason, was what we call the 60% of the data of the population that we cannot account for, which is actually 59.6%. We just say 60%. Now, if for any reason, take it even to be an examination. If you fail 60%, it's either a receipt or a reference. And when that happened, we actually met UNFPA, who actually brought in the consultant. I can still remember his name, K.D. Dasumanu, was brought back because he conducted the 2015 census. That consultant was brought back saying, this is the problem we are seeing with the data. Can you help us? Because you led the data collection. You were in charge of the database. He was here for about 2 to 3 months, went through everything, and could not resolve it. He therefore asked Sierra Leone, you have to go back to the field and correct the 60%. If we have to go back to the field to correct 60%, thinking also we have already like 3-4 years in after the 2015 census, it means if the 40%, the dynamics of the 40% have already changed. So if we have to go to correct 60% and the 40% dynamics have changed, why not do the entire 100%? So that is one of the reasons why we think we have to do the census all over. And you cannot go just to do bare bone counting, count just the population. What about the variables that are attached to that? What about the thousands of indicators that you are going to compute? You will lose them if you just count the population. So that was one of the reasons. There are others, but that is one of the key, the technical reasons. And there is a...
Now, when I all don't see, back to you, DJ for Madam Tenepaka. When I all don't see, what he happy? You know, they make the tally. President Bio not just grab no more, he can't say it, he can't do this. The one that where they don't do them, there was 40 in the tally system. And what did they be do? It not be correct because APC be used that census that time day to manipulate in other way to remain in power. Like what we hear Honorable Lawrence Lima they say. There are some section then there where APC they know say even during the census when they conducted, the Southeast was more populated more than the other aspect them in the country. We are in Southeast would they get people that are more than 10,000, 20,000. We know they get parliamentarian seat. We know they cut the demarcation. We know they do the demarcation. But under APC, because they're not a Yampi them, because they're not Tifman them, not Santibopia them, what did they do? To get more Rareboy them now the House of Parliament. Then who said they cut? They carry them there, 5,000 people there. Now they produce produce people there with a parliament. 5,000 people then they produce people then, parliamentarian. We are in the Southeast, other part then, people that are more than 20, more than 50,000, they're not get parliamentarian. APC did all these things just because they want to create advantage. They want to create advantage. If you're not a thief man, if you're not an IMP, why you go do that? Now, on a criminal, a reckless, people then go behave so. When we the grab will say APC are not good for that country, people that they can't begin control that they cause my cause. But that is the fact. Because the APC, the only thing where they know, now thief. Nothing good not they come out among them. And they not respect any law. 11 good years, they do everything where nobody not stand against them. They have sadly vice president. Where you want to talk, is anybody come on a door, they go kill them. They drink champagne by your grave. APC talk that kind of thing then they intimidate we. Not let's say we're not able to stand against them, we're able to stand. But we believe in democracy. We believe, say, the peace where President Bio fought for, where they enjoy today. We don't want Poland. Not like so Kobana Chiama, who can make president. A coin say Ernest Ebola Koroma, who say come out, it don't come enrich himself, don't become one of the richest man at Salon. Today, it pass, it make kakatua, like say in somebody. But you know, in life, no matter what is somebody you do, once in all righteous, you disgrace. God will always go to pull you waste now do. Now may God don't begin disgrace them one by one. You know, Sierra Leone, when I don't listen to what the DJ Force be the talk and what the statistics alone they talk, that is the fact. There was error, but mistake then day, and then we want to rectify this mistake. How development will go na kono when we don't know how many people they did na kono? How development will go na Makeni when we don't know how many people they did na Makeni? Now look at the process. You get a can do one, then say then another one. But before I give you DJ Force, I want to listen to somebody where they tell them when an APC person, if they tell them the hard fact. When I listen to this message.
Exactly, Zach. Exactly. The SLPP protested, but they obeyed authority. I repeat, the SLPP opposition leadership of John Benjamin and Prince Harding and Chief Somana Kapen, they protested, but they obeyed the authority of the then president. What the Ernest Ebola Koroma leadership of the opposition has done is a disgrace, a complete disgrace, and it has now set the APC on the back foot. It has disadvantaged the APC because he's on an agenda that people now they see it. They get agenda. Prince Harding, Somano Kapen, John Benjamin, they could have done the same thing. They could have told their people, don't come out to be counted. But they came out, they told their people to come out, monitor the process, and be counted. That is what a respectable democratic opposition does. They protest and they complain later. You protest, but you obey authority. And it's by Koroma na disgrace, boo. No talk am.
That is the voice of Silver Blyden, we also na APC. From that statement, PRO, before you give Madam Tenet Baka, what he understand on that before we give Madam Tenet Baka?
You know, the fact Silver Blyden they talk so. But what's in why they talk, they believe in them. That this question for the already ask we said. The truth here is, APC don't turn from the one way they form through a rebellion activities. Silver Blyden, they all be sitting on our country. We not get opposition on the streets. We get opposition in the House of Parliament. Now we get the House of Parliament, we get the ruling government, and then we get the oppositions. So if we in a street, where you don't get no role, you know they get salary, where the House of Parliament, they don't pass a law, say everybody for go register, the bill don't pass through Parliament, then you see down somebody where not in the House of Parliament, you don't vote for them, you know be stand as mayor, as councillor, as members of Parliament, you just see don't know because they lead a political party, it tells say, no go register or no go verify yourself for census, since they are that. They left Sidon, Usmaya and Sane, Cherry Coco, Samura, Ernest Ebola Koroma, where they know they represent nobody in the House of Parliament. They no get no ticket for go represent in the House of Parliament, district level. They tell you say no go register, they go register. They left Sidon, the people they tell you say no go register, they go register. So what is Sylvia Blythe they talk? They don't go and comment too much about his speech because already these are the people who they play two-faced politics in Sierra Leone. I don't believe in them too much and I don't trust in them. No matter what they talk, now word na mouth, you know they plead in heart, you see what they do if you love Sierra Leone. Don't love SLPP, but love Sierra Leone. Because SLPP then are a political party where they believe in the people. They don't believe in violence, they believe in the rule of law. Wait till they make the country go into competition with other countries. That is what they believe in. So, in spiritual they give, me no one comment about that. But what happened? That's why I all left Sidon. They are political party leaders. They wait all rule that country. They eat the biggest diamond, the mudslide, the hard gates, the road construction money, the energy, electricity money. They go bring ship. It can't enough power time. They supply Freetown. They say na Sierra Leone the ship they supply now only Freetown no more. And then the ration electricity give people like way below so why apply for meter. If you not bribe, you know the get. Then the government don't care, you know they try for solve their problem and they say no go register for census. Well, the one the way when they go register, our brother they tell you say now they win the team. And then why now them be don't they vote by election in that country. Now they vote for this government. That's why we go register so per census. Yeah. If it's Freetown, the one the way they register, I tell the Tenki, Makeni, I tell the Tenki. Kailan, Mwamba, Pujem, Konobo, Kenema, Bonds, any part of Sierra Leone, you will be go register. I tell you, thank you, because you already know, say, you vote, it don't begin benefit you, because at the end of the day, even if two people register in a Kamalo, now there two people that they will go be hospital for, you will not be go register, anything will happen to you, you blame yourself.
You blame yourself.
Yeah, you blame yourself.
You blame yourself. Indeed. You blame yourself. Exactly.
Yeah.
DJ Force.
So,
you know,
Sylvia Blythe, then these are people where they play political two-face. Because at the end of the day, Manatenekwa Katoka, where they deal with a society, where the level of education is low, limited in the society, they want to be active in politics. That also they divide the country. Now APC be on the practice so many times in Sierra Leone. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, the population where APC they play with, these people they don't believe in education. Now money they believe in. Now money.
Yes, because now that nine they don't teach them from day one.
From day one.
You remember even the manifesto of APC manifesto, education now be number 4, not a priority for them. The priority where they come with that was they say light. And the light on they no able do them. For the whole 11 years, they no able do nothing. The only thing they able say now road. And most of that road except today that President Bioka don't begin make their road then to become greater and make them become very, very soft. You know. This is the thing. But however, any comment on this census saga there from there, we jump in the House of Parliament.
Yeah, well, any comment in this census saga today, I want to call the new direction their attention. May they not go sit on a radio station with any political criminals there, na Freetown, for go to begin to argue about census result. Na Sierra Leone, they don't register. Not to Chinese man don't can register. The figure who don't capture, we know say this figure, they need good road, they need hospital, they need medicine, they need water supply. So we go provide for them where will be registered. You will not be go register now. You go use them. And you will go try for go damage them. Anything will happen to you. You blame yourself. Because
you blame yourself.
You look at this councillor, wait, it alcohol they tell a mama or a sister say, no register. They say go inside. So what it lead to that? Now drugs. Now alcohol. Yeah. APC is physically sick and mentally sick. So we're not going for the rely on a political party. We're not left for facing challenges, but we want to rule. We are no longer interested in those political parties. So the people that will register in the census, or tell that Tenki, and the new direction, never ever una go sit on a radio station, they argue with lazy politicians. Lazy citizens, where get the ball mind. They come out, they tell the people, they say, we're not register. There be no say when they not register, they're not going to forget the result where they want. So if the one they will go register, we don't get a result, we're going to provide schools, hospitals, bridges, roads, schools, you know what I mean? Electricity, transformers, for able to be factory for the people, yeah? Then, una want go sit on a radio again, like Lolensima, una want go sit on a radio again, because argue with divided politicians, where they are not even united in their political party. So at the call of the new direction and the SNPP administration, never ever. This now the last topic today, all the run on census saga. No more we see with minister, they go sit on a radio station, they go and argue with a lazy politician, where they come out and they go now net house to house, they tell the people, they say, we're not go register. So if you don't
the man,
register,
I not cut you off, sir. The man a thief man. How and Lyle Restima go sit down with that man, somebody where they for president, a signature to tip money. That is sit on a radio station again. They talk about this, that. I don't understand Salone. Somebody when a thief man, I am peace and to go here. When I for they came out and themselves, they're not even we're not for give them a corridor for them sit down self who said they sit down. Yeah, a sit down yeah. Anyway, before I give you Madam Tenepaka, a sit down yeah, they talk Ian then is bright. So now listen small Madam Tenepaka like you wrap up from there we go to the House of Parliament.
Whole process be unconstitutional. They not follow all the due processes, and even where when you do a census, you're supposed to lay what you call a statutory instrument after the president declare. The minister for go and the parliament and
census. We'll find out see them really the force for them. So we don't look at the bigger picture, we don't see a part of a grand plan. So that's from the very beginning, we don't know see better will come out of this particular exercise.
Madam Tenepaka. Which kind of good leader go talk that kind of thing and they say you already don't predict, say better not go candy. You listen to
President Bio insists for Kamuda census based on the social behavior of the population na the country. Because initially then census don't talk say the election not the census not be credible during the regime, and it decides say well now we recount them people there and loud one. And when you look at the world survey, census they happen in certain country for 10 years. Some certain countries it they happen every 5 years. Then it they happen frequently in a country based on the population and the behavior of the people within the society that they happen. Coming to Sylvia's comments, Sylvia don't talk the truth, but Sylvia make a comment behind that. They say they refuse for this census because they have a plan. So now that then we don't they sensitize them people, they say may they not agree for me then register for the census. Now the one that will register come up with higher population because them wholly and solely agree and they obey to the law. And what's happen with them people there? Them people there then come in politics, but they are not politicians to rule this country. But them is self-serving declared to the population, say that they can't run the country as a business. When you see them, the way they behave in the country, they are like these CMBs or Yahoo boys, the way that they do the thing. So now that they don't see somebody don't can genuinely with an open mind and come with a manifesto because they don't get manifesto. All let's say I don't say, okay, now this again I'm in manifesto, but this census result not okay. How I get for bring in then development plans then, the short term, the long term goals then for each community. How I go able to understand the demographic of every community, this country and every area of this census here. Pass to recount the people then I go able to understand what side the population growth day. So now this they not agree with. So now they don't come up with an argument, failing to realize that they don't already brainwash them people. They say men they not agree for the census. So waiting that they look up to now, they say well, therefore can't do voters registration. President Bill, you don't live in the United States of America. You don't live in the UK. Say the census now they go with the voters list. I don't think say Salon get any enough finances. Because the money where they use them for them picking and then schools them bridges the way they build, them roads the way they make. If value pass them one the way they don't consider as DJ Force be talking and radios say they no dey agree for the census result after wey they don refuse for register for the census. Me dey recommend say you no get for go sit down dey do other voters registration because na this na dem game plan now. We dey go with the census list, the registered people na from there dem get for vote. Issuing voters ID card na the corruption dey start. Who say vote e name dey na the list. The day of the election let the list lay down. Wey appear there you name dey na the list, you vote, you go out. Me under the green movement we dey recommend say no voters registration. If they want make dem go United Nations, make dem go EU. EU no go tell you say after they don do census then they go do voters registration. E not possible. Na that make we dey always run out of funds in our country because we dey create unnecessary jobs for we sef, unnecessary expenses there for we sef. Una don do the census, so why you dey go do another voters registration? Who say that money get for comot because na people that una dey pay for go. Today they don so reluctant, they don brainwash them people dem say make dem no do the registration. Now this na the behavior of the main opposition wey dem before don be a responsible opposition wey dey work in hand with the government. I no know who side dem go get that kind ideas dem. They then drop out MP the way dem get. Then a House of Parliament dem no able sensitize dem people dem. Pass what dem can grab, the cost na Parliament dey make noise. Dem think say na that they show say yes they are okay or they are level-headed because they know they come with any journey plan within the Parliament House wey developmentally oriented for see dem constituencies dem which type of development dem wey dey care go for dem community dem. Dem just dey make that noise dey. After that dem go talk to dem party dem leaders dem say dan they are take on na today that rally boy style. You know it's so frustrating when you dey watch the House of Parliament online where people they know they can with genuine arguments for the best interest of the community and the people. Wetin are the key issues then? Where the more are the people that are the community where they go able to address and rather than then they can make goodness. Look that one day they say they don't need car wash. Somebody will not go school when a car they wash. You don't need car wash for her. Who say you get for go put her? House of Parliament. What you get for go do? What you get for present to in people will vote and in. They know they vote you in for like add shoulder pad. No, then they vote you in for bring tangible development into your constituency. But some of them they know they even go for constituency monthly meeting. They know they touch base with the people. They don't get anything when they do with the people. So now I think say APC they get for come with a conclusion. Say okay, the voters registration will get for do one. Now yonder the manipulation they want play the game. Then at the game where Sylvia comments say they get a game plan. I think say the census result just get for go with the election. Because now they do census no more because of election. Then after the census, then for can spend other money for go do voters registration. The census don't already show who side people them who don't register, who side them they, who side them belong. If they change their address, now their responsibility for contact the census office say we don't change address or if then they give their national ID card, if they don't change their address during the census, when they issue that ID card to them, they can easily say I be don't change my address, then go able to change that address, then put on the who say entitled during election, who say for go vote, if I go vote day. Because then game plan at that they wait now voters registration at that they wait for. So now my key recommendation now they will me the give and that one they waste it also. Richard Conter of all, they all been there. Then they tell the people they say, hey, una no go register, una no do this. But now something with now written documents all over the world. Census can be 10 years, but if una don't say incredible. Now the rights and the responsibility of the government where they can in charge, moreover we get a manifesto for able know the demographic population of each area, waiting one put na that area, it get for know how many population they. You know they go BB school, na side where people they know they agree for go school. The school building just they nobody building waiting map where nobody know they enter they collapse. So I think say that one then they now people that will just come into the game for can benefit themselves. They know they do it for the best interest of the community. It's very sad. Salon is a very small tiny country. Where easy for develop, but the mindset of the one the way people then believe in say they are educated, they are the educated fools where they mislead the people in the country, which is very, very bad because of greed, self-centeredness. Greed. What did they go be 20 O's for out of government money? Now money will go work for a labor, you can't build 30 houses, that's fine. But we say people they say can't represent we. If they thief that money they for go enrich yourself, for add extra shoulder pad. What can it profit a man if you lose the soul and gain the whole world? Where you get for die, one great close night they can go. Una dry eye bembe na salon, una get witch. Una need for change una attitude. Yeah? Una look to the grassroots. Una bring something tangible for touch the grassroots and change people their lives. It's not all about you. Everything not all about you people.
Thank you very much, Madam. You know, when you get a Yampi, somebody when a Santi Bokia, when a Tifman, and that's what they do. For Sylvia speech, it just try to show a good leadership. When you get a good leader, like President Bio, then a followers then will be a good. But when APC been get bad leader, and as by Koroma, when a bad leader from Sam 18 or whatever to JS Momo, where it be the drunk and chuck, it the for a grum, it the peace by himself. You know, these are the leaders where APC they produce. People that way they're not correct. APC they always prove Sierra Leone, like say Sierra Leone na Dombe on a Dove Court or you know na so salon day. They always produce leader then when a Chakman there or irresponsible leader then. Santi Bokia them. You know, now so APC they do. Look at JS Momo IBD. You know, look at Shaka P. Stephen when how they become. I be thief man there. I am them. You know, they know they do good for salon. But however, I guess somebody where inside of the House of Parliament, they can't debunk the APC tolongbo tollgate panbody. Somebody where they can tell Sierra Leoneans then the good jobs that where APC know they see. When an opposition leader, Ernest Lamina, do you allow listen to him? Then from there, we continue the business.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, arise on section 98 of Sierra Leone's 1991 Constitution to profusely thank H.E. the President for his speech so delivered to this honorable House on May 10th, 2022.
In name na Honorable Sir Emerson Lamina, the leader of the C4C party at the Saloon Parliament, and also even take the floor at the well of Parliament of President Bio in government.
Mr. Speaker, from a global lens, paragraph 141, I understand that President Bio, he has joined civilized nation by abolishing the death penalty. No man will be killed if he kill alone. For this alone, Mr. Speaker, the parliament that I belong to in the diaspora, the EU Parliament, congratulated President Bio. The US government congratulated him. The UK government congratulated him. With this, we are growing civilized nation. Mr. Speaker, I remember the repeal of the seditious infamous law, like the law of 1965. This alone has also raised and rated the profile high from an international perspective. Mr. Speaker, paragraph 148, the MCC scorecard. Until in 2017, we scored 49%. Between 2021 and 22, today, Sierra Leone has scored 83%. Interview gaining with members of the MCCT from the US gave them hope. It gave them hope that yes, they can believe upon this country. Mr. Speaker, in 2018, I was in the UN Security Council. His Excellency the President he led it that we can do better. Today, he has vowed, and I'm too sure, I'm too optimistic that he will bear a seat in the United Nations of a non-permanent seat. That alone is adding to our profile.
The C4C leader carry on for talk about the government flagship free education program, agriculture, and other reform them where he thinks say don't happen where you go count for national development where he say people for praise President Bio in government for. as the chairman for the Committee on Mines and Mineral Resources in the Salon Parliament, Honorable Sir Emerson Lamina, take we through the development we don't happen in the mining sector, where you compare to how this sector been there but 4 years back to now, and how the mining sector don't impact national development.
The mining, Mr. Speaker, I don't remember. We have seen 4 years on, I here as committee chairman inherited 6 large-scale mining companies. Today, we are talking about 22 large-scale mining companies. In 2018, I inherited a small-scale mining company, 7. Today, I'm counting 22 small-scale mining companies. And you know what? Licenses alone from that mining company is about $500,000 payment just annual. I cannot talk about the other royalties and taxes. Mr. Speaker, I don't remember. We have also seen that small-scale mining company is growing. Just an hectare, it is $800. Can you imagine, Mr. Speaker? I don't remember. We have also seen. Mr. Speaker, I don't remember. We have also seen. That first in history in this country. First in history in this country, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, first in history in this country. We have seen our large-scale mining companies in gold, in Zacon, in Tetano, Mr. Speaker. These have also added, Mr. Speaker. You can imagine. We have seen first in history, Mr. Speaker. Last week, we were in Ferengaya. Last week, we were in Ferengaya. First in history, Mr. Speaker. The people of Ferengaya received 5 billion 400 million euros. First in history. It has never happened. When I watched at the 2016 audit report, it has never happened. 2016 audit report is saying such money are never accounted for. Mr. Speaker, I don't remember. Mr. Speaker, I don't remember. First in history, it has happened.
Now, DJ Force, you just don't listen, Madam Tenet Baka, I don't listen to a responsible opposition leader where it behave like somebody where now European. Because in Europe, we have political parties from various backgrounds when they always oppose, argue, and disagree, agree and disagree. But when it comes to reality, what the regime don't do, then they talk on. When the regime do certain things the way not correct, they will advise and also come to see how bad they straighten up. Now this we don't see where Emerson Lamina don't prove. Because the APC they say this government don't do nothing. For 4 years they go, the government don't do nothing. But the opposition they tell and say, for first time in history, where no one day happen, this government don't do it. It might be SLPP can talk, they go say, oh, na SLPP, but this is not an SLPP. He is on the opposition, but he is saying the good things that what did this government don't do, well, nobody know when they do them. To tell when I say APC, that destructive opposition there, not a constructive and developmental opposition there. Not if man them, they're not better for that country. There. But however, I'll give you DJ Force. Yes, DJ Force, I'll give you. DJ Force, I'll give you. Or Madam Tenet Baka take him. DJ Force, I'm not getting you. We are not getting you, DJ Force. We are not getting you. Where Madam Tenet Baka take him. Take him from there. Madam Tenet Baka take him from there.
Emerson Lamina, he highlight 3 key issues then when me don't pick up. Because I go take hot water. The weather very cold now. He talk about the mining. He talk about seats in the Security Council. He don't talk about different development where this government don't do. In the mining sector, we all see how they carry out London mining. You know, if it take 5 years, everything shut down. In every even when you look at the international mining laws then and other things then, when they go mine at any place, the indigenous owners of the land forget a percentage. That is clear. If you go read about that now the internet, they see and it's very clear. Now this they not be they do na salon. Instead, the previous government then they sell the company to themselves, then buy shares, then everything was about them, you know. Now a group of gangster business that be deeper, you know, they can't turn the country to business, not in the interest of the people. So now we don't see when the government mining companies and they go into each area, the indigenous landowners' rights payments, they go to them, then they give them. When a very good thing where President Bill don't do. Then we'll talk about the seats in Security Council. Africa, a whole continent, now then give the highest vote to Australia for make it get sit na the Security Council. When that thing be happen, we saw be the work that day. The former Governor General, he visit to office. A day with the whole day would they take lunch. Some people then they say, hey, this Governor General elect will now say, hey, when I know they follow news, I say me I don't follow up everything. Now for the seat na the Security Council, now that make the Commonwealth government of Australia be they give scholarship to them country, then all that Commonwealth scholarship then be they come. Now forget that seat na the Security Council. I don't see who science and then they talk say now them be starting na APC. But during Ernest Koroma, former president in visit all na America. I know one day see who say give speech about that. When President Bill took office, in first visit na the United Nations, in speech, he be talk to them say for let Africa get a seat na the Security Council. That would be a fair goal because Africa na a continent comprised of 55 countries. Now be 54 now na 55. South Sudan make 55. So we need a seat na the Security Council. And he make a comment say, when every time they come back to people, then they no go ever treat you with seriousness and respect. We get for learn how we get for how deal with issues then, rather than we become international beggars then. That speech is still there. This na the thing where people like Mugabe then they talk about, say them talk about. But how Mugabe in be do in systematic advocacy, it was too harsh for the white people then. When you tell them the truth, where they tear them apart, they're not go always listen to you. Instead, they go gang against you. Whereas President Bill in your systematic advocacy way it take in a very diplomatic level. And the first person will be there now the current Minister of Development, he come out. The former Foreign Affairs Minister is Senande, he dey on the process. That process they be nearly for go through until he don't left. Now the next man go there as UN rep. Finally, they don't come to one for let the African get that seat. Could you imagine from that time when they don't form the United Nations, Africa as a continent, when are they there all they can't give weapon? Why is then they fed then they take with minerals then away then they care then go. They know one day give seats inside Security Council. Now during in regime, they don't can advocate, forget that seat, and God don't answer in prayers, they don't get the seat. Now then they claim saying that they be starter. I don't tell you say they're not starter, but they don't get finishing. President Biya salutes you. Kudos to you. 2023, no runoff. Vote for education. Salon people there. Emasi Lamina. I go one say thanks so Emasi Lamina for way able highlight that mining. The amount of minings the way they don't come na salon and the policies then where the president don't make for their mining company then na salon. Pass somebody who no want good for your country, but if you want good for your country, you go embrace that kind of development there. They don't talk how many percentage the government forget. The indigenous people therefore they get now them place there. That will even help the community for let them do something for themselves. Because what's in the scene as I know they not get community initiative programs then for themselves within the community say, Laws, you don't do this. All man just lay back, they wait for government. The road self poil for let them get a man then that money don't come at that community. If areas then the way they connect to the other, then suburb, then small villages then go able gather the young man and at that time they say, do ya wanna let make this road there for yourself. This part of the world, not to everything government they can do. The community then when they get the community cooperative to themselves, then they put money together, then do their own small program within the community for help the community. So I believe say them money the way that they give to that community from their mining company there, themselves go use them well, how they go develop the small communities them. I just want to say thank you to the C4C leader at the House of Parliament. We get for make am very clear say this man don't they do well. Now this he don't do, now the mining sectors, now the people that went at the indigenous landowners, and then they benefit, the community they benefit from them mining company in the now. So we want to see opposition go and monitor what the government is doing. If gray area there, you tell government say this not right, Lord do and this way, and so it go right. But not to opposition, you know they contribute, you know they add, you know they subtract, you know they multiply. When I no more for make rudeness. It wrong. When they set a very bad precedent, what did the young people then get for land for Mona? It's totally wrong. I'm highly disappointed in some of their MPs there, the way that they behave in the House of Parliament. It's like they are confused, they don't know what they do in the House of Parliament, and I believe that the confusion they do them. Because some of them are there, but they don't even know what's in their roles and responsibility in the House of Parliament. So that confusion they make, they're not be able to think well and come with anything, you know, on the table. Rather than they no for oppose because they say they are in opposition. No. We want to see a decent opposition. We want to see a modern politics in saloon. We want to see opposition we're ready for stand up with the government and debate on key issues there where they can for the best interest of the community. Come on, guys. What's it wrong with you now? 7 million population every day na hala. Nobody not get good thing for talk about in company. How una wan let this country go before una tell we ba? Every day na hala cause. You know really fear for the young people the way they come up. You know fear for the community then. For the people the way they suffer the grassroots, you know fear for them. What's una they take to the grassroots then? Una serve na the opposition whose job una don't create for 4 years. For the community. What you don't really can want a tangible development program for the own constituencies the one that they represent, or for our own community and for our own people the one that they go and promote say men and not go register for census. What you be una don't bring can for them? Pass mamikos.
Yes.
Pass mamikos, una pay them. Na social media say let them cost mamikos. Instead of una liaise with the government for bringing skill programs there, for let the young people then we're not able to continue their schools and let them learn trade. If they learn welding trade, look where they care. Then Indians then go to Middle East. Like Qatar so hard and they build it. Some then are welders and some then are carpenters. Then they go work. Then they able feed their family. But with young population and salon, you know they able care. Then go no side. Nazi they no land. Nazi they no land. Then go sit down now. Una help no more la rich. How they rich now? Nazi they no sabi. They no one land. Nazi they lay back. Granite so na granite they need a planter. But we don't clean. When they don't go take Tramadol, hold them, then grab. The president, they were angry. Like say now Joe Biden, they feed them farm in America. Or na Albanese, they feed in Australia. Una get for paper now. Bench, nice to be one person. So we tell now, they say I go do. Una say una they catch. For catch yet.
Yes, DJ boss.
I
talk about
I tell Mama we give account of the government in the House of Parliament. If not then time and they will get all over the House of Parliament today, like Sierra Leone don't transform. But I tell Lamina, thank you. We take education to its people. We take education from its people and take it to the House of Parliament. Because when you are representing your constituency in the House of Parliament, you are not there by yourself. You are there with the people's votes. With your education, where your mama and papa pay school fees for you, where you be listening, now they go establish in the House of Parliament. But here is a parliamentarian, when a battery they be sell, yeah. Now today they in the House of Parliament, they don't know what you for say. Now they now President Biodo like the inside in the House of Parliament, they go and make fun at all. No result. But when we go back now, then we go look at the people. In the House of Parliament, when they pass President Bio, when they allow President Bio say no lie, which region they come on, which ethnic tribe they talk? Because we know people they can't talk no more. Parliament. With parliament and this parliamentarians and this way they represent the people with the people they vote, whether they grab now their seats, then they go sit on other seats, even the computer where they before them, they don't be use them. We now need to go check the background. Which region they come on, which tribe they talk, which benefit they don't care go for the people. For far too long, we don't say parliament. When the people voted for people to go and represent them in the House of Parliament, which region they come on? Fellow Sierra Leoneans, in the northern part of Sierra Leone, today, I want to call on attention, say, we have SLPP who are the Northerners. Una start for the vote for them inside the SLPP party, for many they can give una leadership in the House of Parliament. Their battery sellers there, tramadol sellers, cocaine sellers, the owner they vote for the inside the APC party, where APC they continuously they destroy the northern part of Sierra Leone, and they cheap now, where time ready for election, now they go vote for can work for una parliament, now they can't they can't say the party live or the power for go. Now that's what be saying back, but not done. When they pay them, they never go say the power go. But then they take the money, they go pay the house rent, they need houses there and preach on for their picking them. Then they carry picking them to private school. Then una they give them their vote here. They know they give now no results. They know they work for una in the House of Parliament. Now I make a tell Mama Sierra Leone, I think where we take education from the people, the knowledge from the people, and the people that vote will go execute in the House of Parliament, where they give account of the development things the way the government don't they do. Today, before me they go for that, I have to assure President Bio say, Marapa mining way don't bring, cannot the cow companies they no more, they left and give na people they are no more, na the country. Now, what is really they happen now na Marampa mining. You know BAPC, you know the whole day. So the young man they grumble. And one thing where I don't they see in the northern part of Sierra Leone, where company they can, when you actually call company there, they say the one they no more where they born and they for okay. By the way, they are not qualified. So now they go put people they no more working play because they're born at the north and they don't are Nazi. Now they no more and Marapa mining because even the SLPP they will vote now the northern part of Sierra Leone or call Marapa mining. The benefit no they pay rich to them. When they go for go apply, they say no, this is SLPP, no forget job here. President, if you really want the people to become more happy and the people to kill themselves for you in the northern part of Sierra Leone, then try to bring their company here. You will draw a strategy where no get boundary. We no one know which political party you dey. Companies they can, we no one know which party they vote for. But we they counter because in a Sierra Leone you need to get employment and go pay top money and look after you picking them. But look at Marapa mining now, what they happen there. They don't build a cabal. They say community APC activities in the Marapa mining. You know, be directly connected to APC. You know they go okay. And not for APC, they bring their company in the northern part of Sierra Leone. Then we want to also see Rutai. If APC in the northern part of Sierra Leone, the promoting the benefit community development project from their company how they can, then we your company na Rutai, from where we know they can, they know they see ever the promoting the benefit. The president Bio in the father of democracy. They begin to advocate again na Moyamba for let the benefit of Rutai, they need to promoting the way in the area they did. Not to Makeni no more, or Poloko no more, or Lusa no more, the promoting there for the get benefit. Where APC can, you know, benefit the people them. Who know go the car with the benefit the people them, they will all people with their mining company. When the longest mining, iron mining company, no benefit no the way they can. Passway don't car, even the quota where they put Pamoyamba district, Pamoyamba road, Moyamba Junction, Moyamba road, where APC can, it's all the money, they not do the road. Marapa mining don't care, you don't go negotiate. Paramountly, they get community development funding now from the mining companies there. What about we? We will get the highest mining company, iron mining company, Rutai. Who said the benefit we don't go? President, we go negotiate back. Then who say we paramountly they get the benefit that they are? Who say one development away? Not only not no more, therefore they get anything the way election card, they go vote for the party where they believe in. Look like for local. We're timing for election, they go vote. For APC, they say that APC for go represent the House of Parliament. They all bring the development and cover. We all parties loyalists are waiting at the northern part of Sierra Leone. They let the green for men they go open a Marapa mining. They don't meet the paramount chief 1 time, 2 time, attack base, but they don't grant, they don't write letter, they don't go meet the parliamentary. Up to this day, the parliamentary no able to get access. Labor boy get job, they say, because they're not SNPP in the northern part of Sierra Leone. So now, so currently the situation they in the northern part of Sierra Leone. I'm not saying thank you. So I tell Sierra Leone, they say, let me go back and go check now. Who that they cause President Bill in the House of Parliament? Who that they talk to President Bill they like? President Bill must go. Now we check the background now because I don't know they will not go for say no more Parliament. Which region they come on? Which district they come on? Which language they talk? Then we go able to discipline them people here for say we go able, tell the nation say that people here when they come back for another election, una not vote for them because they no can't work for una. Then na political laziness and they can't show in the House of Parliament. So now that makes us say no go back to check the background and the languages where they speak because at the end of the day, when person talk about the North, people they get offended. Like the North is more preferable than any part of Sierra Leone. Why? We can say people then at the North, then people they benefit from the government where they don't carry it. Not some people the way they take their body, they give people the way they able to be results. Now the House of Parliament, the way company car with the judge the crown go in the general form say for development. We need for let SNPP they lead that company under so that everybody go come on board and get job. But once we go left and so now APC they be kaba around the company in the day. Now so they power na loser right now. For say the bobo there, all the attack base bobo there, they crap at DJ for they crap at green movement every day say they don't get a job. When they apply, they never take the way go. They say APC community association. Now they don't form inside the company. Now they give job to. Then the bobo they left out. So now me you comment that I'm going to tell the nation, yeah. So
thank you very much, DJ.
Now battery sellers then they did it.
Thank you very much, DJ for. Sierra Leone, if you just joining with this, is not current affairs. Now, here we talk the burning issues. Right now, we're in the House of Parliament and we're not accommodate until we break Boku particles with the inside. Now, we get another one where they can look at here. We look at this disgruntled parliamentarian there, when I rariboy them, I am them, Tifman them, talks them, where Ernest Ebola Koroma they don't get at the account them, put them inside the House of Parliament. When they sit down, they don't know the left and right. I'm glad the DJ for what you say the hard part, what you say most of them are battery sellers there. They don't know the left and right. Now make the other one they grab it, they say, where my they say, President Bio, why make it don't open car wash farm for youth man there? Yes, now degrade it. You know, the stupidity when somebody is stupid and don't know himself, but then can talk that kind of thing and they, you know. And as Koroma always try to car with people then, when a full man them, when a fee saying, and then full man them go can root sensible people then. That's the reason why would they see rareboy them irresponsible about them now the House of Parliament. But then Sierra Leonean, to get una right or wrong, when I listen to this conversation where they can happen. A parliamentarian they where they can open and come out and talk against this presidency. When you don't know a function, you don't get evidence. This is the reason why we come out with the third and the hard part. They say, hey, green movement don't come out again. But when I listen to this communication.
Mr. Speaker, I think my brother has cited the relevant page. The leader should go to the relevant page and look for relevant information. No. It has never happened in this way. No, it has never happened.
Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara no prove clear one waiting is say with accurate documents, but as you see in company APC MP them self grab and defend them say enough for pull documents for support in claim.
If the president is accused, the office of the president is accused of false receipts. The office of the president is accused of money laundering. If the office of the president is accused of gun dipping, and yet still anti-corruption is quiet to safeguard and protect the presidency, I am concerned.
But Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara still pressed for attack the office of the president, as he say according to the Auditor General's report of 2022, they accused the office of the president of money laundering for produce fake receipts and other criminal acts them, where the office of the president still not able yet for deny.
I will not only produce the evidence for the edification of this house. Let me read and I'll give you a copy of the audited report here, because I still don't have time. I know you cut me short just now.
But this time around, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara not being able for balance as the SLPP MP them and even the Speaker of Parliament ask him for produce clear document we get evidence of waiting it just talk and had this been happen.
Page 114, the thing is simple. I have referred you to a page, Mr. Speaker. I know when you want documents, you send your class to go for it. Mr. Speaker, can you send one person to go for it as I go to another point? Okay. I have made 114, page 114. Page 144. 144.
Either out of pressure or Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara not being sure of waiting in the talk. But you go see say he even mistake for call the document page number where he quote from and now the Agba been start good fasting.
Page 144 of 2020 audit report. But let me go to paragraph 156 of the presidential speech. And this is what the president said. Okay, audit report of what year? 2020. Yes. Mr. Speaker, we are living in a technological world.
As Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara, they up and down for balance this smoke. Honorable Tawa Conte move from in seat and go with documents to the Speaker of Parliament, where he sent at the Auditor General's report for 2020, where Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara say he the quote from, and at this not been the results.
Honorable member from Gambia.
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Your reference was wrong.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I have accepted your research, and I am moving forward, and I'll give you exact page and paragraph.
Was a wrong reference and
Please apologize.
is hereby expunged from the
I agree, Mr. Speaker.
As you hear in cool voice and see in weak body by this term, Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara finally accepts say he not able to give correct document for proofs waiting a talk against the office of the president, but accusation of money laundering, fake receipt and other acts them. Now waiting the Auditor General's report of 2020 say, and this come after where the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Chernobundu, rule against them and say the document where he quote from say he gets in evidence, no say so, and all waiting is say, but the office of the president not for be part of in debates.
Now, I come back to una expert. When I don't see the rare boy, then where we they talk about rare boy, then where APC don't go put in the House of Parliament. They just the utter certain statements then when they're not able to justify it, then claim. You see how God don't come up behind one of the honorables, Kamara Karim. He go lie. That's what they lie. But God they disgrace them every day. He they talk something negative thing about this good president here. But you're not able to sustain the claim. We therefore go look at this situation. Let people that understand say now so APC then they. So I don't know. Any comment, Madam Tenebaka or DJ Voss?
Yes, now give me comment quick. Abdul
yes,
Karim
okay.
Kamara, you don't even know how Parliament they operate. In the House of Parliament in this part of the developed world, when you say anything, you count the evidence, you can't hear to the Speaker of the House. And that they identify you say what they talk, yeah, it's true. But you know what you don't know say, you know this APC is built on lies. APC in another part of Sierra Leone is built on lies. Look now, Gambia, and then the parliamentarians come out. When along with they justify who said they come out. Long they identify who said they come out. Long no they just say parliament. Now
Gambia now they come out, Gambia.
Now Gambia, now they come out. So you see the people that vote is wasting in that area. This are the tribe potential union and say, we not vote for Posse no more because now you tribe men. So they don't can benefit you. Abdul Kamara don't go, Abdul Karim Kamara now, it don't make the whole world. He is not educated. He not take what people make him speak in the House of Parliament. We all members of Parliament, and bring the evidence to the Speaker of the House, he can't prove they're wrong. So this now they call Tawa, I tell you, thank you, where you will bring that evidence. You can't hear before the Speaker of the House. Now, Abdul Karim Kamara don't check from Gambia. Say he not qualified for go representing people in the House of Parliament because he say the president don't sign a document when he don't force document money laundering. You know what thing that he don't make the laws power. Now they try to take and blackmail the government here, so the government go lose power. No, the people then. When you say President Bill and the SNPP is more serious than the APC tolongbo tollgate panbody. Who don't say money go? Possibly go cry say, "We minister they know they share." Or we minister, they know they go. But we minister, they know they go grab land. They say and they go drink alcohol with the money. Yeah, the government, they depend on their salary. And their salary is very small. But when APC minister, you see one great person go take 20 acres of that. Now they go to spend per girlfriend them. Now they take buy houses for the woman there, for the girlfriend there. Now they take a spend per the rare boy there. When investors they come, they take the money in their hand, they run away. They do the nothing. So now them money the parliamentarians they can get or the ministers they can get, they spend on a free for free. When they say APC way hala for them, they pay you back. Oh, they pay you back with education, will they pay you back with water, will they pay you back with electricity? When I know they see that. So APC be don't be with country like where you vote, the parliamentarian or the member of parliament or the minister for the all take money they put in your pocket. No, now you could not car free. I mean car wash. You pay. Now you could have car mining companies then. You go okay, will pay you. Now you will get all the vocational training institutions, the technicals then. You go learn plumbing. Wait, don't they give you job? Would they even make you travel? Now you could give scholarship them. When I also say president, you they give scholarship to picking away all the tapons them. Now they villages, schools them, and they village schools them. If they give them scholarship, but APC no they give scholarship. You know the APC they not give scholarship. So this Abdul Karim Kamara here, they don't prove Gambia people the wrong say he not qualified for the House of Parliament. Even the computer where they before, he not sabi user. Because at the end of the day, that computer they there for research. You not just did it no more for but when APC be in power, they not be get computer in the House of Parliament.
And they not be get they not be get
they not be get up. So what the president you don't carry technology. When they not sabi user, it is in language say modern technology don't come out. But why you not research? Me, if I want to say president, you don't do this, and they go research because it go there at the archive, they go check. Yeah. But if you go to the archive, you see now what is no more when a development things the way President Bill de Padu, now United Nations they put now the archive. So any result you want to get about president, you go to the website, but you say President Bill don't do money laundering. Well, you don't get the results now and there. If they go out at the House of Parliament, you know, fellow Sierra Leone, this is very serious. When allow big money to the members of Parliament, and whose region they come on and whose district they come on. Because the area where they vote for the Pekin, where they carry the House of Parliament, all level say they not get. Yeah. Now Dominion University degree now you get so. Wait, now tell you they are. Anyway, make I allow me other speaker they talk.
No, before you allow give me
DJ Force now down there member just to say na Dominion students down there. Now then can open Dominion. Then they want make like say na new direction can Dominion. I just don't remember that Dominion day. I said this na Dominion student. You know the guy they know they use the upstairs. Yeah, cutting from here. Take out up they know they use that at all.
Now, but before I give you, I will end this one, the last debate, they will wrap around the analysis. They will listen to the last debate.
The SLPP government was elected to deliver and not to live as crying babies after 4 years. They're still crying. APC did this, APC did that.
We are not crying babies. We take the facts and we try to solve the problem.
Monday, May 31, 2022, have been the last thing at the well of Parliament for the debate for Seka President Julius Maada Bio in state opening speech. And at this day, the two main leader them at the Saloon Parliament, when are the leader of government business, Honorable Matthew Sanyuma, and the leader of opposition, Honorable Cherno Ramadan Majuba, being bade good fasting for pull them party them aid from different point them based on waiting President Bio talk na Parliament this BNTM. the leader of government business, Honorable Matthew Numa, been felt like man for defend the SLPP government through waiting President Bio talk na the well of parliament and been try for undersweat the APC party better one from them first regime them like JS Momo to the APC first term president Ernest Ebola Koroma with stronger allegation them.
It is very clear because he has a vision. He is not a president that come and fake his people with promises. A fake promises that people are talking about. He saw it coming and he made a projection over 2 or 3 years ago that this is the economy I inherited from the Elsa administration, but I have to solve the problem. Mr. Speaker, you know what is good? When you take up governance, the liability are rest upon you. How do you solve them? That's why I told my colleagues in my opening statement that there are rule laws. I was born in the APC regime. There are rule laws for over decades or for decades. So everything they started, infrastructure we started, governance we started, this we started. So I told them, you started everything and you started corruption. But the government, you started corruption. But what we are going to do, we are going to sanitize the system. That is why we are not ashamed to talk about corruption. That's why I gave description. That gene has been transferred from the Pachakasti regime, who so rest in perfect peace, to the present administration of the ex president. Corruption, the policy, tribalism, regionalism, bobosololism.
Yes, what I give him.
But I'm glad for you, man. President, you una increase them constituency. Then one can run a parliament for me to up the APC bobo then. The Dominion bobo then. One say let they scrub them good. Now at the council Abdul Karim first. Isado. I tell you, say the guys they are confused. They don't know side for starter. Look like cherry cocoa. Now SLPP una the pull mouth spa. Now you sit down a House of Parliament, a qualified lawyer, and a Skoma under sweat una all. He make himself chairman and leader for life. Una not get mind cough. In not to Peter Conte, they can't free una. Then you want make like say they get mind by SLPP. Now when President Bio they talk to members of Parliament and say, in one peace and harmony. So man then say na una not able there. Then militia then say oh na they to lie. So man then they and if them put them quotes then. Una see them chest then at 2 yards. I'm glad when you might take on her. What do you want to talk, Erikoko? You be done file a consortium, Yahoo boy. They walk out of Parliament House. Pastor will say if una continue for work outside, they're not for pay una. I'm glad when you might highlight and to them say corruption, everything at the starter. You know, and they feel for the one that way they vote some of them Gaia inside now for nothing. Then they waste their time and then vote them Gaia in because then Gaia now they bring anything responsible to them. Anything when a tangible development to them constituencies then. If they go team up na parliament, they go accuse government. You know, now reverse psychology, now then Gaia then they play. Reverse psychology. Look where they go say the office of the president's money doubling. Now what see then they do? Now they don't introduce high drug peddling inside salon, cocaine. Now they don't introduce it inside salon. Then bad drugs there now. Then turn salon to transit center during the time. Now make that they say the ground is soaked. All this ground dry where then they tell now because President you know they allow cocaine playing for Kayanda. Where come out cocaine they be the car with the plane and the plane and salon. I make them say. Now President you know they don't lock the game, the ground dry. When you dey in the House of Parliament, any accusation where they make like DJ Force don't talk am, you forget a substantial evidence where they can provide na the well of Parliament say now this na me evidence. But I'm highly disappointed in that Abdul Karim. You know they even read because if it be they using upstairs, if I don't know the section where one for quotes, but it's very sad, it's very embarrassing, it's very disgraceful. Now the kind of member of parliament and down the way they get that rare boy style. Now then they thief. So Yahoo boy then. Now the APC go put in a parliament. Because me now the name down the way don't give the Yahoo boy. You don't see down the way don't go set her up they don't Yahoo. Governor Clark say in prayers not get for me sooner. Any money wey belong to Salo, anybody embezzle that money dey, you not fix Salo, it take and go out. Any side you go, that money dey, then go take an hand. I need there so. So when we talk about members of parliament, when una dey and una talk seriousness about the country, wetin una dey do. One day I go bring current affairs, the debate and the House of Parliament inside Australia and how Sierra Leone Parliament and rudeness that they care go dey. Every day they attack one great president. And I will start this. Oh, I will do this. So the 11 years, when I start everything, when I know it will finish at 11 years. Presidents bill, anything we start inside these 4 years, it they monitor, it make sure say it finish. But when everything I start, but when I not get finishing. Then they go to map and they say the office of the president, the auditor general report. That auditor general report now that we don't cook and I'm glad the way president will not buy into her. The very auditor general, he catch and red-handed. Say why you not bring the report first na parliament? There you go publisher. I'm happy with president will be take that step because now them they conspire with her for cooker. Then send out to the public, dirty the brains of the public. Now that day they don't do per the census, then dirty the brain of the people. Then say when I not go register now this now that, the all team up then they talk. Now when the result don't come on, it don't best then they go ask. And when I want to say population na Kenema, a high pass free town, we not care about population. We care about who register. We care about the registered people. When I be don't tell people then a free town say may they not register. So when they not register, the census result the number they go down. And when I report then at the boku and when they sell pocket and there, we do clean them go sell them go hold 2-3 pocket and there for finger pockets people there. So I'm glad when you man stood up na that parliament day, you stand firm for address Cherno. What do you want to talk say president Bio talk when I lie? They're not able to talk and hala no more than the hala. Now president Bio they able hala too. Now so they all sit down and Ernest Koroma don't done in term of office, he don't go sit down, he hold their hand under water. With their education, they not get one common sense. Peter content, now they can't lose them. Now they can't lose them. So it's very sad, very embarrassing, very disgraceful. The way can to SLPP then can one begin make hala gangster like say they understand past SLPP. Now I can look there and say they are the fool, baby, them fool. That day when they hala that week not done, I president go commission that bridge, that very bridge day. Who now then at the House of Parliament, a good representation, una debate on key issues. Every day they tell una this. We want to see a decent opposition, not an opposition where they go then a boy style. Who's at the office of the president? Then they do money doubling. We if they do on current affairs, we they put them there. But all our lies, allegations, reverse psychology, and then they play. Always see that they do inside that parliament host, they not get way there again. Then they sit down no more than think, now this SLPP then they do. Because now that they do, now so they run the country. That Yahoo boys system, now they get. They say they can't run the country as business. Head money or profit so they not left and they eat all. We see them your political party money when they not tiffer. Let you know say no more president, you not be lie for them wire. I'm glad the president Bio give them musho. Then they kill them. You know they talk, you know they ask, what he say, what he not say. In they continue for, in not they listen to nobody for let them not distract her. Anyway, then guy they know they read. The upstairs they know they use them well.
Thank you very much, Madam Tenepata. I'm glad for your analysis. Sierra Leoneans, this is current affairs. We can wrap up the program, but we end up with, you know, since APC no say that they not go for kind of power, they go for remain a bench. Now ANC, SLPP don't bill. Their last plan is to come with disruption, to fight, to come with problems. But one thing I want to let them know for sure that you cannot fight government of the day. If you not say when I want to go turn to whatever na boot Mama Sierra Leone account, we will dead the person. You know, when at this night make yesterday the British Council Commissioner don't go to India and Ernest Ebola Koroma, go warn say una country you don't advocate for security sector a seat and una don't win them. So you and Ernest Ebola Koroma, 11 years you serve in governance, nobody not disturb you. We don't see say you don't become somebody where you are the richest man. Nasalone, you they use the money to count chaos in that country. So the British High Commissioner go to Ernest Ebola Koroma, go warn them, tell them say if we take the back seat, if not to down the anything will happen to her, blame himself. So I just want to show on a flash there from there. Everybody talks more on that. Then we give final statement there. When I see what happened. That was the British High Commissioner. We go to Ernest Ebola Koroma, go warn them to take the back seat. Any other misleading information, APC will not say that they lie. If the commoner do, they tell una na lie. But this is not the fact that they tell una. They don't want and say, Pa, you respect yourself, take the back seat. As a big man, behave like a statesman. Don't turn to refugee. If you want to turn to refugee in your country, where it's up to them. But let you not turn to refugee in your country. So they don't want them. I'm glad we international community they monitor the situation because they don't say they don't grab say hey we not agree. The same say when they not agree, they from there say they agree. This is not the situation. But however, watching your final statement, DJ Force, but at then from there we'll wrap the program.
Thank you very much, Dima. I would say thanks to Green Movement, TGM, listeners, SLPP, both internal and external. One thing today I want to say, I want to draw the attention of the new direction for say the teachers saga owner the you on the right directions. Now this Africanist corruption we see on America, England, where they don't be network na free tongue. Now they try for convince the teacher. But one more talk to the teachers in the Republic of Sierra Leone for say in the whole of West Africa, now Sierra Leone get the highest paid teachers in the Republic of Sierra Leone, Africa as a whole. Today, we tell kudos to the teachers them where they don't able to build the foundation of this free quality education, may not disturb now. There are also one for talk to Excellency Dr. Julius Barabio and the education minister for made the increase inspectors of schools. Because we know we can be schools, then we left and give principals and headmasters then made a report to the government. Now what did they happen? The teachers they abandon classrooms them, they go work for NGC, NGOs then we more down, they collect salary in NGO, they collect salary in the classroom them. We will get about the way they graduate every day na the universities them. Let the government monitor that area then the inspectors of schools are conniving with the principals where today teachers they don't grumble, they say the salary is small. Would they pay this game? Now African corruption, where see down America, China or bar, where now they create all these divisions, they don't be a network for dirty the teachers the blame. But I'm for sure all teachers in Sierra Leone for say now Sierra Leone get the highest paid teachers in the among West Africa countries them. We also want to say thanks to the teachers that we at least they don't able manage with picking the SS3. Well, this SS4 where we don't go together with APC. Anytime when national exam time they reach, they become more worried and more mental illness they occur in their DNA. Moving forward again, so every teacher for say inside Sierra Leone, President they work on a strategy where they for make sure say people get for the fight for apply for they become teachers. And we also want for our show Sierra Leoneans there and call upon Sierra Leoneans there. Now it's nowhere you can see volunteer teachers in the whole world. President Dio, whosoever they don't come in that ministry day, we don't bring volunteer teacher business inside it. That they per weekend the need direction of free quality education. Now, we put that volunteer teacher where possible graduate, let it apply. Many possible get willingness. Apply, say, me, I don't graduate. My papa, they don't pay me school fees. Me don't graduate. I want to become a teacher. But let people they not sit down no more because they're lazy for go land plumbing, electrician. When they don't come on and collect the money, they say, I go to volunteer teacher. That volunteer teacher, now they need cabal on the form for disturb this free quality education. They've been money in a singer, dislodge and disband that volunteer teacher business. Would I say, if I apply as teacher, let the government tell us in a village you go teach. When you say you know they go there, we apply another person, we get a pin code. But right now, the cynical way they don't tie around the free quality education, not to nothing they want to achieve in that. Now for let APC come to power, for can dislodge this free quality education. So they call upon the education minister and the Ministry of Education for me they stand tall for make sure say they for monitor the free quality education. May they not allow the principals they report to the government. The inspectors of police, the inspectors of teachers, they are education, inspectors of education, they don't connive with the teachers. Where teachers they know they agree on the syllabus, they know they even go in a classroom, but we more done na feature. And we say this they happen in the northern part of Sierra Leone and in the capital city of Sierra Leone. And the more they don't tie this syndicate, as I'm talking to you now, these are the information when they come up from TGM. Green Movement, we will bring the information and we will keep the record straight. We don't care who's going to listen and we're not get for feedback, but we will bring the information to the government. When they talk to now, me na DJ Force, the SFPP, the Atedi Mateki, and Manatenepa, the grassroots Mama Teki, and the SFPP grassroots Atel Nateki. I want to draw attention, say, President Bio, don't start tall for say, the bread factory, very soon, they can commission on they can get job in the future, and the overhead bridges, and the street light, traffic light, President Bio, they bring it in and they just after 2023 election, vote for education, not enough. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I just want for buttress waiting DJ for stock for the education side a little bit. I appeal to the Minister of Education, when in Asenge and Dr. Alpha Wuri. When in Asenge, I want to make a tour because in any development way they do, especially the areas then we say late Pakababi B schools then schools then the contractors they not be bill and fine. If you go see all the schools then if you see them now, and when would they provide quality education for picking they forget adequate and affordable learning space where the president already they do them. Certain areas then they will still lack. I go encourage you if you go visit them chiefdoms there. If you go right around the country and visit them chiefdoms there, you go be shocked for see certain schools there. Especially then Jolu, Gaura side them, then get them Sundum inside them, the schools that way they did then they leak seriously. So do ya some of them contractor then they will not then let them not just come and say then they take contracts and rely on them. And the key recommendation I want for make today, you self you na man wey educate you, they live na the you don't live na the United States of America. Do ya now modernize the school system? As the president don't bring the free quality education, if find where them schools then they build them, let them get them leisure centers then for the picking them. Let them build the schools, who side then go get a football field, who side then go get tennis court, let them pick in and then get PE teacher, then let them pick in and they go into sports where they go learn them thing and they. Then thing and they don't they die down at the country. Do ya now for monitor they let the education work with the Ministry of Sports, make them make sure say any schools where they build, let them get feed for the picking them, make them encourage them into them sports areas, then they let them they. Even swimming, nothing we die down na salon. Do ya when I revive them for we? If now for put ourselves in a community, let them picking and they learn for swim, not only for do the swimming for sports, but some physio issues then the way people then they get if then they swim safe na salon, then they self they help them. But don't find out say swimming safe. No sign no day na then schools then also then picking and go learn them swimming and other activities then. You know, it really sad. So do ya when you na the minister and you don't they live na this modern society where you don't go under the free quality education, any project where they come for school building, I like na village, let the picking and let them get football field. Then they hire education schools there. Make them get them home economics wey girls dem be the land they have for cooker for sew all them thing then they land them sewing then they from like from 3 I don't know how una call una class dem now SS1 or SS2 then begin learning thing then they say then they reach na university at least they don learn trade they don learn for do something before then they reach na the university dey. Then secondly to the Minister of Health, do ya Dr. Dembi take a tour and then chief downs there for visiting hospitals then chief down hospitals there. A really bad, a really backward. Now then chief down then they. Then to the Minister of Development, do ya this peak body where they say na the peak body for the NGOs then as alone. Then the first NGOs then we go to NGO for register under them, but they not get nothing way then they do ya Mr. Kakai, Minister Kakai na for look into the head of the NGOs they under may check them what's na them contribution and why them the first NGOs then for register with them enough for be compulsory. Yeah, they pick umbrella na for NGO not to compulsory for join them. And let the registration una can put it online. Somebody go able to do the registration and pay to una directly, because go here, pass here, all that they cause a big constraint for people that we want register their organizations there na salon. Do ya na beg with the big, and so una the cut cable, una left the cable cutting. Salon if finally they see lights, outside they step the foot, let see they. Then get them bad snake, then get them scorpion there. You no know who side go pass where they dark. Where government don't bring development kind of society, una not put politics now, una hate say, oh if this light here take over the whole country, oh APC no dey carry again. APC carry no carry, you get life, you get for live. And this wall here, now one time wall. If anybody tell you say we die, they go meet second wall, na lie then lie to you. We see no get an answer, it don't. Una be careful, una love una self na salon. What you don't lack na salon and love will not get. Love they get genuine hearts for talk to each other. Let politics not divide in that country, they will become enemy. Now one salon will get to not get two salon. Now we all get for put we hand together for fixed salon. I also want for take this opportunity for congratulate to First Lady Madam Fatima Jabibio for the honor where they don't get na one of the universities there in Gambia. Congratulations for your doctorate. May God continue for bless you. That na the women's power na salon. Una will not believe in women empowerment. Now that they na additional value back then don't add to First Lady. And to una the members of Parliament APC, not to make academic now. Because it's very embarrassing when the audios and they go right around other parts of the world there. Una come up as a decent opposition, una they engage with government, not to halala, una they noise, una they go make na parliament. No. Una they make the one that when they vote for una, then vote them na lost na waste them the waste time. Because una not able to take anything tangible to them, na the constituencies then outside them waste their time for vote for una. Some of una then na parliament, some of they lie. Because na lie, if you dey go accuse the office of the president, you no able read the section self, you no able quote am. You na embarrassment to the APC party, you na embarrassment to your constituency, you na total embarrassment to Sierra Leone as a nation. Because social media they go far, they go a very long way. It's up na that house, na the well of parliament, they lie there, and you no get substantial evidence for prove your case. You know, big embarrassment to the people of Sierra Leone. You get for really be mindful for what they do. When you dey na them public space, then they get for be careful what you get for go say they. Yeah, not just think about the one the way they go talk, where they go lie to, but think about how far that lie get for go. Una very be careful. It real salon very small, very small for fix, but the mindset of una. Politics don't dirty, but who of una blame them. Politics they make una the malice people that wanna know they talk to them. Now they right for let them support anybody where they want for support. So Una learn for let una self get an open dialogue. Let una try for understand each other. Now everybody in political rights and in human rights for support who I want for support, who I want for day. But the national development wey the government dey bring in this country, yeah, na that country dey una not try for spoil am because of politics. Una left for dirty, una the young people dem brain. And President Bio, I dey recommend to you no more voters registration. The census wey una don conclude, the concluded census result, una use them for voters. Medal list day wey put somebody dey go vote the area where dey the address where the name go dey e vote. And Cecilia don tell una say then get something up dem sleeve. So now they don't go organize themselves. They say voters registration dey come. Money no dey for that, yeah. So this now the TGM, the Green Movement. Vote 2023. No runoff. Vote for education.
That was a statement from Madam Tenek Paka, the woman who they keep the record straight, the grassroots mama. And DJ Force and also where they say vote for education 2023, no runoff. And myself, I talk on Madam Tenek Paka the same. Me, you, a small message where they go is to we ministers them, we not do well, we not try by all means, what President Bio don't appoint una for let una deliver. We not take President Bio agenda. Let it be in una agenda. We not make sure some lapses then we dey, we not make sure we not solve everything. We know say una they do well and we appreciate them. And we also encourage una for let una make sure una be open and flexible to una for the grassroots them, to una supporters. You know, even you not get nothing forgive them, but if they come to see you, make way, let you see them. Just like how you be they see them before na atai base, and so for good they do that. And that most of we supporters, we grassroots they want. Let them feel also they feel belong. Let them not come to you, then from there you love dope at them. If some of them, if you're not able to help them, well, some sit down with them, drink atai with them. Let you hear some of them cry also. So one day we'll go help you for open way, whether in a scholarship, whether in a job or other opportunity where a day to you go think about them. If you're not sit down near you, if you're not able to talk with her, you go know what's in your own problem, what you want, what you need. Perhaps you're not able to solve it now, maybe in the future. When we're there, you know, then you go able to do it. You know, we party, the ANC now we don't build, and we get for remain in power for long. And the one day where they support when a fighter are there and they're ready, they fight and they love the party because they know say this party now the only party where they make the country better, Mama Sierra Leone. So do you have a minister that wanna all wanna bravo for wanna job that wanna they do, but wanna be flexible, you know, to make sure wanna interact with we grassroots them, you know, especially with grassroots, do ya with the big one, this the TGM would they talk to una. And I also want today recommend the the minister where they were not interim director na maritime. I want to tell President Bio he hear a lot of good things about that man. The man where even in salary they take they paint party offices them, he open to youth man them, and they do well. What we hear they can't in me we see that na me demand the great. I feel comfortable. I feel glad. I feel say, you know, that most of the person say me not to party picking, but a party give you job, you know. Well, you know, as not party give you job, you not party picking. Yes, man, consider you not party picking. So if you do well, I'm really happy what they do. You know, where you do well. We're glad for that. So today I want to give the recommendation to maritime. We not say too much kuskaski day na maritime day, but the one way they right now when the entry. They do well. I don't hear Google things about them and the good things they do with the CM. It just they temporarily. So President Bio, now people like that we need for let them remain in office. Even a temporary day, if you able to make a permanent, I believe say it will able to do good things when are good things for loyalists them. You know, not to always APC within a power APC for then are their offices then other places there. They go there, but let we be. Let we say they on top of the game. Let we self cack, bro. Now that they call politics. Let we self cack. You know, we not go then a government, we minister then get certain position, they will attack the other side, and the APC then they enjoy. No, Let we serve with youth man, let them serve, we qualify, let them go there, let them serve, let them catch small, let them feel belong. And that now my message at the left now today. So kudos to the maritime boss. Continue a good job what they do. The green movement, they monitor you. We monitor everybody in that country there. You know, where you do well, we they praise you, where you do something we're not correct, we will keep the record straight. But let we stand behind President Bio. We'll make sure 2023 election, no runoff. If you not been able to found before, no runoff. Yes.
No runoff.
If we go, if you not been gonna farm before, now village before, do you have for try to reach to villager who voters them. Yes, encourage them. You know, we not say it's not easy this trip here where President Bio come because we're a young people man then Sante Bokia then they there for 11 years the Colondo all and not left nothing there. It's not easy. And now President Bio say no, we'll go pave a way. Let it ground, let it dry today, tomorrow let it soak. And at that now, at that principle now we don't stand on, and I will support. You know, so do you for make them understand, interact with them. Behave like the way Ali Kaba they do. You go now the all the Atayi bases then. Una self do the same thing. Interact. You know, bravo SLPP, one country, one people. You know, we love una continue on a good job. Let APC not intimidate una. Yeah? We there. Anything una let we green movement. We ready to bulldoze 24 hours. We will tell una thanks. Me now una Bobo, una homo servant. Joseph Dima, the SLPP Bobo, Dima the Great. And also the deputy chairman where they represent Sierra Leone People's Party, Holland branch. I tell you thanks. I'm glad you were DJ Force there with me.
Yeah, before you go away from me, the Alikalia Bridge model, bridge president BBC in that bridge they serve with 100 years, so they give opposition seat to APC for 100 years. Now that number one for
Yeah. 100 years opposition. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Glad the way you be there with we. You know, Sierra Leone and how we get for end on our program. Today we'll meet again on SLPP Weekly News. We promise on our SLPP Weekly News with the open telephone line. That is for sure. Yes, that is for sure. I don't tell you now. So let God bless we and God bless Mama Sierra Leone. But before we end the program, I will end up with 100 million match. Yes.
Monday, February 26, not green day because SLPP gets me 1 million man march. We are sure say you know what I miss.
So they bring 1 million people on the streets of Bristol.
We want all members, as long as you're SLPP, once you don't reach at the age for vote, we want to let you come out Saturday for show the whole world say SLPP, they bounce back to power.
We know the Western area, the Western Urban District and the Western Rural District belong to the SLPP.
The final rally for SLPP. Now in the third world say SLPP don't win.
We want more women for join the SLPP women for come out Saturday. For show the nation say now we the woman in the proper.
So it's easy for be part of the 1 million man march. What kind of green t-shirt? Because you know what we want to do? We want to turn the whole city green. Come out Monday, February 26th.